beginning. The first time I heard Princess Lyrielle hum, I thought it was the palace's wind harmonics, those crystalline structures placed atop every tower to sing when the star winds brushed against them. But the melody carried warmth, a softness, a distinctly human ache. And that made no sense. I shouldn't have even been in the Celestine Palace. Humans rarely, if ever, set foot in the capital of the Aurelius Empire. We were tolerated but monitored, respected in theory but distrusted in practice. Too loud-minded, they said. Too unpredictable. Yet here I was, Captain Elias Ward, assigned as the first-ever human bodyguard to the royal family. A political gesture, they said. A trust-building move, they said. But the real reason? The Aurelius Empire had a daughter unlike any child born to their species, Princess Lyrielle, the silent heir. A girl who could not produce the natural resonant tones all Aurelius possessed from birth. She couldn't communicate the way they did, through harmonic pulses and melodic speech. She hummed instead. And humming belonged to humanity. The Empire hid her condition from the galaxy. They feared what it meant. So they brought in a species with no resonance abilities at all. Humans. They brought in me. And on my first night, while walking the upper terrace, I heard that soft, trembling melody drifting through the garden. It wasn't an Aurelius resonance. It was a human tune. I followed without thinking. There, beneath a starlit fountain, she sat alone, back straight, eyes closed, hair shimmering with bioluminescent flecks. Her lips moved gently as she hummed a lullaby older than written Earth history. When the last note fell into the night, she exhaled, relieved, like someone who had finally released a secret. I stepped forward. "That's an Earth melody," I said quietly, not wanting to scare her. "How do you know it?" She froze instantly. Her shoulders stiffened, her fingers locking around the silver bracelet she always wore. A faint, shimmering aura pulsed around her. Aurelius' instinctive defense. Her eyes snapped open, violet, glowing faintly with alarm. "No one was supposed to hear that," she whispered. But the words weren't spoken aloud. They were sung, delicate notes woven into a whisper song that only an Aurelius could form. Yet I understood every word. She blinked at me, startled that I understood her melody speech at all. "You," she breathed. "You heard my hum? You comprehended it?" "Yes," I replied. "Every word." Her eyes widened in a way that made my heart stop. "Then you know," she whispered, voice trembling. "You know I'm not supposed to exist." And then she ran. Emily the princess, with a human sound. My assignment was already delicate. Now it was dangerous. The royal council didn't want anyone knowing the princess couldn't sing like her people. Her defect jeopardized political marriages, succession stability, even the empire's divine myths. But what I didn't understand was how her humming, her human humming, fit into any of that. The next morning, guards lined the palace halls with tension thick enough to cut. I was summoned before Emperor Aurelian himself, tall, radiant, and rumbling with deep harmonic tones that vibrated the air around him. "Captain Ward," he intoned, "you encountered my daughter last night." It wasn't a question. "Yes, Your Radiance." "And you heard her private habits?" Again, not a question. "Yes." Aurelian stood slowly, his aura flaring gold. "What did she hum?" he asked. "And why did you understand it?" I hesitated. Lying felt impossible. The Aurelius could sense false melodic patterns. "She hummed a human lullaby," I said. "And I don't know why I understood her resonance. Humans shouldn't be able to." Aurelian studied me for a long, tense moment, then dismissed me. Except rather than fear, I saw something else. Worry. Sadness. And then his words echoed in my mind long after I left. Protector, Captain. Not from the galaxy, from us. A secret in the garden. I found Lyrielle again that evening. Same spot. Same melody. But this time she stopped the moment she sensed me. She didn't run. I'm sorry, I said softly. I didn't mean to scare you. You didn't scare me, she whispered. You frightened the truth. She gestured for me to sit. You are the only one who has ever heard my hum, she said. Your people don't know? They know I am different, she said. They do not know my sound is human. Why is it human? She touched her bracelet, an old, worn thing, clearly not native to Orly's craftsmanship. This, she said quietly, was found in my cradle. I blinked. A human bracelet? But your empire hadn't contacted Earth yet when you were born. I know, she whispered. And there's more. She placed my hand on the bracelet. Instantly, it warmed. Then it sang. Not Orly's resonance. Not a tune. A human voice. A recording. Old. Faded. A woman's voice. Sleep well, little star, my Lyrielle. And then a soft laugh. You hummed just like your father. Lyrielle's breath hitched. I listened to it every night, she whispered. But I never understood the last part until you heard me. I stared at her. Lyrielle, your father, she nodded, was human. The galaxy blurred around us. A secret known to no one. A danger to a royal lineage. Proof of forbidden love or genetic manipulation, or something even deeper. When her voice returned, it was fragile. Mother hid it to protect me. Father died before I could know him. She looked at her hands. And now I hum alone. Resonance shock the next day. Everything exploded. News leaked. Not about her human heritage, but about her resonance defect. A faction of nobles demanded she be removed from succession. Others whispered the curse of the silent heir. Some even suggested exile. The emperor roared his fury across the palace, but political pressure was rising fast. Lyrielle didn't leave her chambers all day. That night, I stood guard outside her door, listening as she hummed, alone, terrified, hiding a truth that could topple the empire. Hours later, the door creaked open. She stepped out, eyes swollen, voice trembling. Walk with me. We returned to the garden. Only this time, her hum was shaken, unstable, like a melody on the verge of collapsing. They are right, she whispered. I do not belong. I am not truly Orly's. Lyrielle, I cannot sing like them. I cannot resonate with them. I cannot give them the air they want. And what about what you want? I asked. Her voice broke. I want someone to hum with me. I took a careful breath. Then hum. She froze. No, she whispered. No one must ever hear me. I already have, I said gently. Tears filled her glowing violet eyes. If you join my hum, she whispered shakily, it would mean accepting what I am. Accepting a bond my people consider sacred. I know, I replied. You don't, she insisted. If our harmonies match, if your voice aligns with mine, then we become intertwined. It is a vow, a soul vow. Lyrielle, I said softly, let me be the one who isn't afraid of your voice. Her breath trembled. Then, barely audible, she began to hum. I closed my eyes and hummed with her. The moment our voices touched, something cosmic happened. Her aura burst into color, violet, gold, cerulean. Music vibrated through the gardens, through the palace, through the entire capital city. Humanity's warmth. Orly's harmony. Two species merging into one perfect resonance. She gasped, like the universe had just entered her lungs. Then she pulled away, staring at me in shock and fear. You matched me, she whispered. You matched my resonance. No human can do that. No one can do that. Lyrielle, she stepped back. This is impossible. This is forbidden. Why? I asked. She shook. Because matching resonance means something deeper than marriage. What does it mean? Her voice cracked. It means destiny. The council confrontation by dawn. The palace was in chaos. Nobles had sensed the resonance event from across the capital. They demanded answers. The council assembled, radiating disapproval and fear. And they brought Lyrielle forward like someone being judged. Emperor Aurelian's fury barely contained the chamber. Explain, demanded High Counselor Ceres. The resonance wave last night. Where did it originate? Aurelian responded coldly. My daughter. The chamber erupted. Impossible. She cannot resonate. She is defective. It must be a trick. Ceres slammed her staff down. Princess Lyrielle cannot produce resonance. Her condition is well documented. Someone falsified the wave. Then she looked at me. At the human. The accusation was clear. So was the threat. Lyrielle stepped forward, trembling but defiant. No, she said. It wasn't him. Then what? Ceres hissed. What unnatural influence. It was us, Lyrielle said boldly. Together. Silence fell like a dropped stone. The council stared. You resonate with a human? One whispered. That is impossible, another hissed. Dangerous, another added. Unholy, a third murmured. Aurelian stood. Enough. His voice thundered like a starquake. My daughter has done what no Aurelies ever has. She resonated with another species. She bridged the gap we have never crossed. Ceres snorted. You would call this strength? She is an anomaly. A mistake. I stepped forward, heart pounding. She's not a mistake, I said. She's evolution. All eyes snapped to me. Humans adapt. Aurelies harmonize. But Lyrielle? She was born with both. That doesn't make her defective. It makes her the future. Lyrielle's breath hitched. Her eyes shone. But the council was unsettled. Ceres glared. You claim her hum is human in origin. That she carries human blood. Lyrielle lifted her bracelet. My mother wanted to protect the empire, she said. But she also wanted to protect me. She pressed the bracelet. The recording played. The chamber froze. The human woman's voice filled the council hall. Sleep well, little star, my Lyrielle. You hum just like your father. Gasps echoed. Rumors died. Doubts shattered. Aurelian stepped to his daughter's side, voice breaking for the first time. I loved her mother, he said. She was my equal, my partner. She died giving life to our daughter, a daughter who carries both our worlds. He looked at the council with blazing authority. You may judge her unworthy, but I judge her the bridge between species. He turned to me, and I judge him her chosen guardian. Lyrielle met my eyes, tears falling freely. Elias, she whispered. Are you sure? I stepped forward, offering my hand. I joined your hum once, I said. I'll join it for the rest of my life. She took my hand. A second resonance wave spread, soft, warm, breathtaking. No violence. No fear. Just harmony. The council bowed, not by force, but in awe. Epilogue. The princess who hummed no longer alone weeks later. The galaxy buzzed with rumors. A princess born of two species. A human who resonated like an Aurelies. A bond that defied cosmic laws. And in the palace garden, Lyrielle hummed once more. But not alone. Our voices mingled under the stars. Not identical, not perfect, but perfectly ours. She leaned her head on my shoulder. Elias, she whispered, do you think the galaxy will accept me now? I kissed the top of her glowing hair. They'll accept us, I said, because they'll have no choice. She laughed, a soft, melodic sound that warmed the universe. Then hum with me? Always. The night filled with resonance and humanity, woven together in a melody no one had ever heard before. A melody that would change the future. And in that harmony, Lyrielle was no longer the silent heir. She was the first of something new.